What the hell did I just watch? 1 minute, we're a frog. Next minute, we're pixel characters. Next minute, we're on a date with Tifa. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is shaping up to be a big one, and here's all the details you might have missed from the state of play. Let's go! Let me know anything that I might have missed in the comments. Also, I won't go over any story stuff here because, for one, spoilers, but also two, I don't know what's new in Rebirth and what's from the original, as I never actually played the OG. Should I play it? You can let me know that in the comments as well. So we'll start with the biggest departure from Rebirth, I think, and that's actually the open world. We got a brief look at several of the regions in the state of play and the gameplay video, really showcasing the diversity of these different regions, from the grasslands, the first region south of Midgard, and obviously it's like grassy greenery scenery, and then even going all the way to the other side where you've got like the Cosmo Canyon and having those sort of reds and the deserts and the mountain sort of areas there, and you know, the ocean being its own thing as well. Like there's plenty of different variety in the landscapes that you'll be exploring throughout these regions. And there's one point where you can actually see a breakdown of the map and you can see the regions that they discuss, as well as Northwood up the top, which is one they didn't actually mention during the state of play as well. So that is obviously a region or something up there as well that we'll be able to go. Now with an open world comes new ways to travel around it, and in the press release on the PlayStation blog, they actually gave a little bit more information about the various mounts and chocobos that we saw throughout like this little showcase. Now the footage showcases a wide range of ways to get around the expansive map, from chocobos, the Final Fantasy series mainstay, to buggies and wheelies. Chocobos will be of particular help to Cloud and his companions, since they have different abilities in each area. Some can swim through raging currents, some can jump mushroom footholds, or even scale sheer cliffs. This is the most interesting part about this, I think. So assumedly then in all of the regions, you're going to have different chocobos, seemingly different colors representing what their like ability will be in those different regions. Now in these different areas or regions, you'll have these like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry like towers to research for Chadley. So by climbing these towers, you'll be able to get intel, which will unlock the map icons, activities, and quests to complete in that various region. There are two types of content that this will show in the various regions. The first is world intel. This is described on the blog as fighting fearsome foes, seeking out various resources or hidden treasures as you go, and you can actually see on the UI that there is actually an intel tab. A little bit more information about this that is mentioned in the actual state of play is sanctuaries, which are a way to reveal knowledge on the game's summons, helping Cloud and his companions conquer them to subsequently call on their power in battle. Layers, which are boss fights, and then there's other activities that are sort of mentioned and hinted at, so assumedly there'll be other stuff, but we don't know specifically. And the second type is odd jobs, which delve deeper into the world and its characters. These are just sort of your side quests, like turning into a frog or being like the pixel characters, you know, that sort of a thing. These look like a ton of fun, and maybe some of the best content in the game is sort of the whimsical, like fun nature of them. So I'm interested to see, hopefully, that these are a bit more in depth than Remake, as personally some of the side quests in Remake just weren't interesting to me. Like I think there's one where you have to like find cats, really hated that one. But anyway, we also saw a ton of mini games, but the main one, and probably the deepest one that'll be a connective tissue throughout the whole game, is Queen's Blood, the card game. Now this is essentially Gwent, like even the developers have previously described this as basically Gwent, but throughout your gameplay you'll collect cards, you'll be able to build decks and battle NPCs for new cards and challenges. So that'll be a sort of a through point throughout the whole game that you'll do, but there are other mini games that are also shown. There's like this dolphin riding / race thing, the soldiers quick time event, and then my personal favorite, Tifa playing piano for the cats. There is others that are shown as well, like Red 13 playing seemingly Rocket League or something of the sorts, but it'll be interesting to see if there's any more of these that they haven't actually shown us yet, which assumedly they have, because there are plenty of these in the remake. There are other big changes from Remake, and it's not only the introduction of new party members, but you can actually play as them now as well. So you'll actually do this in the demo if you choose to download it and check it out, but inside and outside combat you can switch between your party members, and controlling them in combat has like their own unique abilities available to you that you can use, as well as the new synergy abilities, but more on that later. Outside of combat, you'll be able to use their unique mechanics to solve puzzles and traverse the world. For example, we're shown that Yuffie can swing, Barret shoots stuff, Tifa has a grappling gun, Red can climb things, and Catstynth can throw things, as well as Aerith having the ability to manipulate the live stream. I'm really curious how this allows complexity and different ways to complete puzzles and like the gameplay aspects of it, which will hopefully mix up some of the gameplay, which I think was lacking throughout Remake, as you sort of just run around and you don't have a whole lot of like in-depth puzzles like it seems like this will allow you to do in the open world and allow you to do those activities. They also briefly touched on the party system as well as like your skills and abilities, and we saw that there is a party level, which as you gain experience and this increases, you'll be able to spend that in the folio system. So each character has their own seemingly, as well as the synergy abilities. Now these synergy abilities allow certain characters to use abilities together when they're in your party together. I'll throw up my gameplay of the demo here just to sort of show you as an example of what this is like and these synergy abilities. So essentially, if you've got them as your party members, you'll have these additional like synergy abilities that you can trigger with each of the characters. They are seemingly specific to that character. So even if, say, you've got like Cloud and Sephiroth, Sephiroth will have different synergy abilities with Cloud, then Cloud will have different synergy abilities with Sephiroth. So it'd be interesting to see how that really develops for all of the characters. And they did say in the state of play that there are synergy abilities for every single character combination. So finding the best ones and which ones are going to be like worth using is going to be really interesting. They also mentioned that you can reset them at any time, so you won't be like locked into like specific builds or, you know, certain characters if you don't actually like what you've sort of set up in that case. Another big part of the showcase was the dialogue choices that then lead into your relationships with the characters. So you'll be able to make dialogue choices which will then impact your relationship with the various characters throughout the game. That relationship status will then impact certain date scenes, as well as the expanded Gold Saucer date scene that you can actually go on with a companion of your choice. Apparently as well, there will be new date partners that you can take on this specific date. Now, as you increase your bond with the entire team, characters will be able to achieve their true potential in combat, which is those synergy skills, and the more close relationship you have with them, the more abilities you'll be able to perform and the special moves. Really interested to see how deep that is, and also what happens if you don't have a good relationship with your party members, right? Like what happens if Barret just hates you? Like what happens in those cases? So I'm really interested to see how that actually develops. There's a couple of other details that were also sort of shown and discussed. There's going to be 400 new music tracks. That is an insane number of music tracks, and if the music is as good as it is in the demo, then it's going to be fantastic. There is a performance and a graphics mode for the PS5 at launch, and also there is PS5 specific features like, you know, your haptic feedback and the rumble mechanics, that sort of a thing that you would expect. Also, there is a bunch of new information that has gone out because a preview embargo was also lifted at the same time this state of play occurred. So if you're looking for more information, there's plenty of previews out there that you can go and check out for a bit more information. And obviously the demo, if you just want to play some of the game yourself. If you download the demo right now, you can play essentially the tutorial of the game, because it will actually be in the main game as well. It's just like that very first mission and tutorial. Once you've completed that, if you then play the game at launch, you won't have to do that step again. However, on February 21st, they're actually adding an open world section to the demo of the Junin region. This is sort of a shrunken down, condensed version of that region, and any progress you make in that part of the demo won't actually transfer over to the main game. However, that first section does. And there is also some goodies that you get if you do actually do the demo and have a save file for that. When you play the main game on your PS5, you'll get a couple of goodies like a charm and a survival set, I believe. So you'll have plenty of options there. But let me know your thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in the comments down below. Did this state of play work for you? Was there things you liked or didn't like? I'd love to know in the comments down below. But thank you guys for watching this video till the end. Thank you to our members for supporting the channel. My name is NorZZa, and I hope you have a great day.